One stacker on a journey to find silver. International Stacker.
What's up, guys? International Stacker here, and boy, do I have a very special video here. Now, my comments have been getting flooded with people asking me about Goldbacks. And I've been on multiple streams lately, like Yankee Stacking and other people's streams, and I constantly see people asking about Goldbacks. So I decided to make a video to tell you all the truth about Goldbacks. So, just like all of you, I had no clue what the heck they were. So, I looked them up on the internet and tried to figure out as much as I could. And I actually called Goldbacks, and I got the co-founder and president, Jeremy Cordon. But I was able to talk to him on the phone. We had a couple conversations, probably a good 45 minutes or an hour. And I asked him a ton of questions that I've been getting in my comments and questions I had. He answered all my questions. He's like, let me send you some Goldbacks. You can open them up. You can check them out for yourself and answer your viewers' questions. So I'm gonna kind of unbox these and we're gonna look at them. And I'm also gonna tell you answers to questions that you've asked and that I had. So originally I asked him, how this all started, okay? So he said that there's a gentleman in Utah that was watching TV and saw Ron Paul, which I'm sure a lot of you know about, talking about inflation and how money was being inflated away. And for those of you who don't get it, this is the quick way I explain this to people. Because on the Federal Reserve's website, it says their target is 2% inflation. So this is with 2%, but a lot of people think the inflation is a lot higher. I call it the hidden tax. You can have $100,000 in your bank this year. Next year you still have 100,000, but it's worth 98. So the next year it's worth 98, still 100,000. The next year it's 100,000 still, but it's worth it's worth 96. So the whole point of gold and silver is preserving that buying power so it isn't inflated away, which it is with the US dollar. The gentleman saw that and he actually contacted his representatives, and it led to the Legal Tender Act in 2011 being signed in Utah, which actually removed capital gains tax for gold and silver. So side note, if you have an idea, if you see something wrong, reach out to your representatives, start an online group. We the people are the people that change and shape America, and we're the ones responsible when we see something we like or we don't like. And this guy right here, this gentleman I'm talking to you about, this wasn't Jeremy who did it, but this is another gentleman. He legit wrote his representatives and it led to the Legal Tender Act. So that's crazy. So all of this got Jeremy thinking about gold and silver and how to kind of get people out there using it. So he was looking for a way to get people into it. So he was kind of just telling me the story, and then this is how he created the Goldback. So one of the first questions I asked him, and let me open this. So this is the wallet. Look at that. GB. It's funny, guys. I'm going to do some videos on chemical warfare agents, and GB is a chemical warfare agent. So whenever I see that, I think of that. Okay, let's take a second and look at some of these Goldbacks before I go further into this discussion. Wow. 50 Utah Goldbacks. Now, the one thing he did tell me, guys, is although it says Utah Goldbacks, you're supposed to be able to use it anywhere. But anyways, I'm going to get into that. Wow. I'm trying not to face reveal. This thing is epic. So look at the bottom. It says 1/20th troy ounce. Wow. So I got a 50, a 25, a couple 10s, 4 5s, and a couple 1s. Oh, like 10 1s. So one of the first questions I asked him, I'm like, is this legal, man? I'm like, is this just the new Liberty dollar? If you guys don't know the story about the Liberty dollar, I've been promising you this video for a while. I'm gonna make it, but the gentleman who made this got in big trouble. So what happened with the Liberty dollar is he made this, a gentleman, I forget his name, and it was out of Idaho, and then a lot of people started using these. But there's a couple problems, and he actually got in big trouble. He got raided by the Secret Service and FBI. They took his whole stack of metals, trying to give him 23 years in prison, but it actually ended up with 6 months house arrest and 3 years probation is what happened to him. So the reason this was illegal was a few reasons. One, because the design was similar to a US coin. Two, he was using almost the same motto, trust in God instead of in God we trust. 3, he was using the dollar and dollar sign. 4, it was in the denominations of like 1, 5, 10, 20 with the dollar sign. So people saw that and thought it was the US dollar. And I actually saw a video he had made of him using it around. And he was actually telling people, this is the new $10 piece, this is the new $20 piece, and passing it off like it was actual US minted currency. So I'm not a lawyer, I'm not offering legal advice, but from what I read and understand, that's why this was illegal. So I asked the gentleman, Mr. Cordon, I'm like, well, is this just gonna be another Liberty dollar? Is everyone gonna go to prison? Like, what the heck is gonna happen? And he's like, no, you know, we've really used that as a case study. We've analyzed it. We've made sure we're doing nothing that's illegal. It's all according to law. So they're saying that they had lawyers on staff, or they have like counsel on staff to make sure that they're compliant. And if you see here, it does have like denominations like 25, 55, 10, whatever, which that's not actually a US denomination. But I don't see anywhere on here it says dollar. I don't see any design on here that like looks like a US designed coin. Privately used, not US legal dollar. Ah, that's more legal stuff. Okay, smart. These are mega, guys. Maybe I should give some of these to you, the mega guy. So I'm like, well, tell me about these. Like, what's the use case for these? Are we supposed to stack these? And he said, no. He said, these are not intended to stack. These are intended to spend. They're not intended to collect or hoard. They're intended to get out there and spend. My next question is like, well, what if like your company goes bust and you go away and someone has a million Goldbacks? What happens then? He told me in a very nice and political way, like, we're not going away, which was awesome. But he said, even if all that happened, the gold is recoverable. Now, I was recently with Billy Easy Prospector in Arizona, and I had asked a coin shop owner, you can see in his video about Goldbacks, and the guy had not heard of him. I'm like, oh, well, it's like a currency printed in gold. And he's like, oh, well, the problem with that is the gold is not recoverable, which would make sense. That would be an issue. But according to Mr. Cordon, the gold is recoverable, and they're actually going to make a video on how to do it. There's a certain process on how to do it. The gold is recoverable. I said, well, what if someone has a bunch of these and they can't spend them and they can't find any businesses that will take them? They said at any time you can sell these back to goldbacks.com, and actually on their website, let's see if I can pull it up here. One Goldback is $2.81. So it means at any time I could sell these back to them for $2.81 per Goldback. Wow. Big shout out to Goldback for sending me all these. Thank you, Goldbacks, for sending me this for my video. And the couple things he told me about this, I'm like, well, what were your intentions? What make this good? He's like, first off, it's very hard to get 1/200th of a troy ounce, you know, or 1/40th or 1/100th. He was saying it's hard to own fractional gold these days. Not everyone has, you know, $1,500 to buy an ounce, or 160 or whatever it is right now to buy a 10th ounce. Not everyone has that. So this is a way for the average person, like 1/1000th of a troy ounce, for somebody to own gold, you know, that might not afford it otherwise. He also told me about the premiums and how it's uniform across all of them, which was pretty cool, I guess. But he said the main reason of this is it's kind of the gateway drug, guys. The gateway drug. This is your brain on Goldback. Do you remember those commercials for drugs back in the 80s? So he said it's kind of like the gateway to gold ownership. So the big point of Goldbacks is activism. It's education, and it's a way to get gold and even silver, but not the Liberty dollar, but silver, mainstream. Told me it's an alternate way to transact, and you know, it's a way to actually have something that's worth something and transact with it. I was like, well, how the heck do you transact with it? He's like, simple, you go into businesses, small businesses, obviously. You're not going to go into like a major chain and get them to do this and go, hey, I've got these Goldbacks. They're actually made of gold. Are you interested in, can I pay in these? And it kind of educates people and the store owners. And there are a ton of companies that are actually accepting this. And my question was, well, is this just in Utah? Is the Utah Goldback? He's like, no, this is meant for the whole world. This is meant to be able to use it around the world. Even though it says the Utah Goldback, that's just where they, you know, kind of started it at. And he even said that he either told me they have or they're working on database on their website that actually shows what stores are accepting them. I guess what I'm gonna have to do to test this case study out is I guess I'm gonna have to go try to spin these somewhere. But right now I wanna take a quick, I'll show you guys each Goldback. So this is 50 Goldback. Now, oh, here's one thing I asked him. I'm like, can I fold these up and put them in a normal wallet? Like, are they gonna break? What happens if I wash them? He's like, they are built and intended for circulation, but the reason they include this free wallet with, if you buy 100 Goldbacks or more, is that obviously they're going to do better if you keep them straight. Veritas. I'm pretty sure that means truth in Latin. 1/200th. Quiet on the set. And then the final one's the ones. Here they are. Wow. I'm going to add this up on how much gold I actually got, and then I'll fast forward through this and we'll figure it out. All right, guys, so what I did is I counted up the ones I had and how much actual gold was in each one. The current exchange rate looks like it's 281. This is $379.35 because it'd just be 135 times 2.81. Now, the total amount of gold, as long as I calculated this right, these were the totals for how much I had of each. It was 0.135 troy ounces of gold. So that equaled $210.68 worth of gold. So that's the gold at the spot price, and this is what they're worth if you trade or sell them. All right, guys, we have one final test. I want to see how durable this is. So first, let's just fold it, like if it's in a wallet. Okay, let's see if let's crease it. So it keeps the crease in there. He said this is intended for circulation, but again, you want to keep it nicer in a straight wallet. But I just want to see how, like, I mean, it feels tough. I mean, I'm being extremely rough with it. It definitely will keep creases. Can't tear it. I mean, you know. I'm trying pretty dang hard to tear it, so it feels very good. Should I throw this in the washing machine and see what happens? Should I wash this, guys? Or is that money laundering? Add some detergent. Let's see what happens. Let's do speed wash. I ain't got time. Then extra high. Ladies and gentlemen, am I now a money launderer? 10 minutes left, guys. Oh man, guys, I don't see a Goldback. Here we go. Keep your eyes out for the Goldback. I do not see it. I thought it was gone at first, guys. I totally thought it was gone. Wow. It was like this. I thought it was gone. I'm like, did it really vaporize? Wow. It doesn't look like it sustained any damage at all. Just the damage. That's the damage earlier I did trying to rip it. There's the fold I put in it. Am I a money launderer? Am I a money launderer? What did I do? All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. I tried to review these and answer questions in an objective manner, not being swayed by this awesome gift from Goldbacks. And shout out to Goldbacks again for humoring me and answering my questions. And a big shout out to the co-founder and vice president, Jeremy Cordon, for answering all my questions. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys want some sort of live chat interview or something, that'd be cool. People can ask questions. And let me know below what you think of the Goldback. And see, a lot of people would say, obviously, this is only worth something if someone's willing to take it. But then again, the thing that saves you is that it has the gold in it. So I'm very interested to see how to actually retrieve the gold, how to recover the gold out of these Goldbacks. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed it, and catch you on the next one.